The following program may contain strong language and mature content. Viewer discretion is advised.
Good evening, good evening, good evening, and peace and blessings to you. It's a great day. It's a blessed day. And if you don't know anything else on this day, know that you deserve to be blessed. Woo! Ooh, 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 hold on. Look, everybody. Hey, good evening, good evening, good evening, and peace and blessings to you. It's a great day. It's a blessed day. It's a Monday. And if you don't know anything else on this Monday, know that you deserve to be blessed. Hey, everybody. I am Titan Capri, and I'm here with the Titan Capri Experience, and it is the thought to ponder, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, today I thought a little bit about what, the conversation should be, or the conversation is going to be. And my thought process is, are we living or are we thriving? That's the thought, right? Are we living or are we thriving? So, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to grab your drinks. Now, look. Y'all know I always got a little story to tell, right? Now, y'all see my goblet right here, right? And you see it says Red Frog Pub. But let me turn it around because I just got back from a little trip. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. So I won a fishbowl while I was on the cruise. Now, look, I don't know if you've had a cruise. I don't know if you want a cruise, but I'm going to tell you, you should do one. I'm going to tell you, you should do one because I had a blast. I had so much fun. I'm going to tell you a little bit about it in just a minute. But what I want to do right now, ladies and gentlemen, hold on one second. Let me sit it down. Hold on. Let me tell you how refreshing the cruise was. Let me tell you how it made me feel. Let me tell you how I did at the casino. I'm gonna tell it all to you. But hold on. All right. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, hold on. Ooh. Trying to get it. Trying to make sure that I am in. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go with it. Let's go with it. All right. Whew. I feel like I've been gone forever. That's what I feel like. You know how you sometimes feel like you've been gone for a long time, and you're thinking to yourself, like, myself say, like, wait, should I really be doing this or should I not be doing this? But then you think to yourself, like, you know what? I should be doing this. I should honestly be doing this. That's what I should be doing. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm a little dark in here today, but I am here. And y'all know what we do. We like to clear the room, right? We like to breathe. So let's go ahead and clear the room and breathe. And why? Because your breath is important. Ladies and gentlemen, here at the Titan Capri Experience and the Thought to Ponder, we like to let you know that your breath is important. If you don't know that your breath is important, then I think that, you should think about that, right? Breath is life and life is breath. In order for you to have life, you have to breathe. right? You got to be able to breathe. So, ladies and gentlemen, what I want you to do today is take a moment and I want you to breathe with us, okay? We take 3 breaths. And on the first breath, ladies and gentlemen, we like to go ahead and take the breath, and I'll count it out and I'll move my hands with the breath so you know the count, right? The second one I won't count, but I'll still move my hands. The third one I won't count as well, but what that breath is, we want you to take it, we want you to blow it out, and when you blow it out, we want you to make some noise, because that's the breath that's going to say to the universe that I'm in control, right? That I'm in control. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? All right. Let's go then. Let's go. If y'all ready for it, then we're going to go ahead on and get it, because I heard you say that you were ready. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. We're going to breathe. On the count of 3, we're going to do a deep breath in, and I'm going to count it out. 1, 2, 3. Deep breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's it right there. That's it right there. Yes, yes. Come on. So, ladies and gentlemen, what I want you to do, I want you to take those shoulders, and I want you to move those shoulders, and I want you to take those shoulders and push them back and open that chest up, because I want you to invite in that good spirit. I want you to invite it in. So open that chest up, and we're going to take our second breath. Y'all ready? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Deep breath in. And out. Yes, that's it right there. That's it right there. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this last breath, we like to think of it as the coup de grace, as a thing that happens, right? As a thing that makes change. So what I want you to do is I want you to think about that breath, and I want you to take it in, and I want you to take it in, and I want you to think about everything that's going on. And when you blow it out, I want you to blow it to the furthest reaches of the universe, to the deepest part of the ocean. Your mind is a wonderful thing. You can do that. So take that and then blow it out like that. Y'all with me? All right. On the count of 3, deep breath in. And remember, when we blow this out, we're going to make some noise. We're going to make some noise. Now, wait a minute. Hold on now. What I want to say to you is that if you are at work or at a library and you make some noise and they tap you on the shoulder and they kick you out or put you out, we here at the Titan Capri Experience are not responsible. We're not responsible. Look, ladies and gentlemen. All right. On the count of 3, deep breath in. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Deep breath in. And and you look, ladies and gentlemen, we believe here that if you do that, you're able to change what's going on in your life. You're able to be better about what's happening. You're able to do what you need to do in your life. Change the atmosphere. Let people know that you are in control. You're able to do that, right? And that's what I like about that. Yes. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Whew. I'm still trying to get it going. And so let me do this right quick. There we go. Okay, sorry about that. Everybody is like, "Whoo, I'm back, I'm back, I'm back." All right, ladies and gentlemen. So I got a little bit of a story, right? And then I'm gonna get into my thought. Okay. So just really quickly. Now, I went on this cruise, right? And this cruise was not something that I was supposed to do. It was something that kind of came out of left field. And we were like, oh, okay, well then let's go ahead and do it. You know, Carnival was having their 50th, and everything was like half off and all of this good stuff. And this is just a real quick little part of the story before I get into the thought. And I almost didn't take the cruise, but I am so glad and so happy that I did, because when I tell you how I enjoyed myself, There were things that happened on the cruise that I was not expecting. There were gifts that were given. There was people that I met and the conversations and things like that. And so the reason why I led off with this about the cruise is so that I can lead into the thought, right? And my thought tonight is I'm going to check in with you. Are we living or are we thriving? Are we living or are we thriving? That's the thought tonight, right? And I want you to take a moment and think about that. Are you living or are you thriving? And I do believe if you're living, right? I do believe if you're living that you're actually thriving. And then I do believe if you're thriving, then you're living. So it's kind of interchangeable, right? Are we living or are we thriving, right? Oh, yeah, I saw that matrix. Yeah. So are we living or are we thriving, right? And so the reason I started off with the um, telling you about the trip was because at one point I'm saying to myself that I'm living, right? At one point I'm saying yes to everything. And then at another point I'm like, okay, am I really thriving though? I'm saying yes to these things and I'm trying to do these things, but am I actually there? Am I actually in the moment? Am I actually uh, doing what I need to do for me? And the answer was no. Okay, y'all follow me. I have never taken a cruise. I've never been on a cruise. I've never had a cruise. Like it just wasn't part of my thing. I see it all the time, and people say, "Oh, it's great, and it's this and it's that," and I'm like, "Yes," but I didn't think I wanted to be a part of that, right? And so this year in particular, I said to myself, I said self, and myself say, myself said, I said, self, we need to make sure that we're living and that we're thriving. We can't just talk about it. We got to be about it, right? We can't just talk about it. We got to be about it. And sometimes what we do is that we talk about it because we think that that's being about it, right? And so I took a moment and I lived, but I thrived on the cruise. Now y'all know me. Y'all know I like to talk. I like to, meet people. So my thought process was I'm live by going on this cruise, but I'm gonna thrive by talking to at least 5 people a day. Talking to people just, if I'm sitting down having dinner, I'm talking to the people next to me, people that sat close to me, people in the gangway, people in the casino, people out on the Lido deck, and this. I said to myself, I'm going to thrive in this. If I really want to be out there and I want to live, then I got to thrive. You understand what I'm saying? So it's one thing for me to say that I'm going to go on this cruise, but it was a whole nother thing for me to say I'm going to talk to 5 people each day, just out of the ordinary, out of the people that I'm already talking to. Now, y'all know I surpassed the 5 people, right? Literally the first 2 hours. I didn't talk to like 15, 20 people like in the first 2 hours. But the thing was, my goal was to thrive. My goal was to make this trip or make this excursion or make this vacation what it should be, right? Not what I think that others think it should be, but what I felt it should have been. And it was fulfilling. It was fulfilling. So I want to talk to you tonight. And y'all let me know. Y'all come talk to me. Are we living or are we thriving? Because if we're just living just to live, just to make it from one day to the next, then we're not thriving in who and what we are. You understand what I'm saying? And that's the part that I think sometimes we miss. I think sometimes we miss the point that we are not thriving. We are living, we're going from day to day. Now, here's the thing. I said that I made a point to talk to people. And what's crazy is that some people were like, hey, hey, I saw you, da 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 da, and da da da. And then we partied with people and I had fun, and you let yourself go and you do all these things. And you really think to yourself that you're living, but you're in a bubble. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Like, You're living, but you're in a bubble. And so on the cruise, there were a lot of things that you could do. And so I was just being a busy bee. Now, half the time I got lost because I got turned around, right? So half the time I got lost. So I want to say this. I was going with the flow of everything because so I'm gonna back up. The first day of the cruise, right? We had to have COVID tests, we had to do this and that. And then when I got on, so by the time we got on the boat, on the ship, it took a minute. Then what we did was we went up to our rooms. Y'all, my room key didn't work. It was like, my room key didn't work. So I was already like, oh man, this is just like whatever. So I said to myself in that moment, okay, Titan, what are you going to do? Are you going to hoop and holler and complain, or you're just going to go with the flow? Whatever happens, happens, right? You're on a ship for the next 4 days. There's nothing that you can really do in that aspect, right? And so I said, do you want to live? Yes, I had a whole conversation in the hallway with myself because at one point I was feeling kind of, I'm done. Like I'm done. Like I'm done. So the room attendant was really, really nice. I had met him prior to getting upstairs. And he was like, hey, do you need any help? And I was like, I can't get into my room. I said, my luggage is here. I'm carrying this luggage and I don't know what this is my first cruise. Oh, no problem. Show me your credentials, everything you have, and then I'll get you into your room. He got me into my room, right? And then he said, you need to go down to guest services and make sure that they know that your key doesn't work so they can fix that because your key does everything on the ship. And I was like, oh, okay. So then I go down to guest services and I get down to guest services and it's an hour and 15 minutes that I wait. An hour and in this long line. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm getting on this cruise and there is 3,000 people or more on this cruise. And y'all have 4 people working the guest services desk. So they were trying to lead you over to do the self, this and that. And I was like, I don't have time for that. So I stood in the line. I missed the bon voyage. I missed the leaving the dock and all of that, right? So I'm telling you, building up the story. And then I get to the guy at the counter and he says, your credit card is not working. So my bank had deactivated my credit card. All right, y'all. So number one, we find out that we don't have our test results. That's number one. So we got to get a COVID test, right? So we got to get a certain COVID test because all COVID tests are not valid for you to get on the ship. So then that was a thing, right? So then we're rushing to do that and did all that. Thank God that we had already did our parking and everything prior to going for the ship because that would have been a whole mess. Then I get on the ship and then my key doesn't work, right? Then I go downstairs and stand for an hour and 15 minutes to only be told that not only does my key not work, but my card is not valid. And I need a valid card on. Now, I could have brought money or something like that, but this is the whole point of trying to make it easy. So, anyways, by this time, y'all, I was kind of a little bit disgusted, right? And I'm still battling in my mind, am I going to live or am I going to thrive, right? And the reality of it is that everything that happened prior to me getting everything squared away. So they came up to the room, they fixed the door, they had to take the whole mechanism off and redo it so that it would work. And it worked, right? Yay. Good. Then I called my bank, and my bank said that they had deactivated my card because there was suspicious activity on it. Now, my bank prior to this told me that I didn't need to tell them if I was going to travel because they would go ahead and know this. And I said, I used to work for a bank, and I was like, that's a little weird for me not to let you know that I'm going to be leaving the country. You know what I mean? Because you'll block my card. And that's what happened. So I went to the ATM in Galveston not the ATM, yes, to try to get some money, and they blocked my card, right? Because I had used the ATM in Houston prior. Okay, not a problem. And I was like, I put all this here. I made sure that I was going to have a good time and all of this. So we finally got that squared away. They unlocked my card. My card was being able to put on so I could be able to do what I needed to do and have some fun and stuff like that. So all of this didn't happen, right? Our drink packages don't work until the second day. So the first day, everything is on you, right? You buy whatever, room service, drinks or whatever, it's on you. The second day, your drink package kicks in. So you have 15 drinks, right? Each day that you're on the cruise, right? Kind of pays for itself in a way. And so I said, okay, cool. So my friends were up enjoying everything in this hour and a half. So literally, I didn't see anything happen. I didn't do all that. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go up to my room. I'm just gonna relax, and that's all that I'm going to do, right? Because I'm a little disgusted right now. Like, ugh. There's something say, Titan, and Titan say, Something say, go down to the casino. They told you while you were waiting in the hour and 15-minute line that they had this new casino with this non-smoking, and this is the first time it's actually been open. And so people are, like going to the casino. And then I was like, I don't know, I don't know. I don't want to spend any money, but I said, you know what? Let me just walk on down. So I walked down to the casino, and ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, I had the best time of my life. I talked with people, I chatted with people. People bought me drinks. We were doing trivia. I won a $50 play card. I also won like $500 in credits, and then I got a free bottle of champagne or wine. And then on top of that, I didn't know that I was racking up points, right? Who knew? So, ladies and gentlemen, are you living or are you thriving? I'm going to tell you something. I am so glad that I am thriving. I am so glad that I took a moment to thrive. And even if it was just a little pinch of a moment to thrive, right? I took it. I didn't let it beat me down because I could have easily just been like an old sourpuss. I could have easily just been like, no, this is not what I'm doing. I'm not going to do this. But I thrived. So, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes you're living, but are you thriving? Are you being present in that moment? Are you taking the time to thrive in that moment, to be in that moment? Now, I didn't do all of that to just be angry on this boat. And I kept saying throughout the weekend, throughout the 4 days, I kept saying, this is the best first cruise ever. Like everything fell into place. It was great. So all of that I went through in the beginning to get on the boat, and then my room, and then my card, and then standing in the line for an hour and 15 minutes and all this other stuff like that, it paid off. We did an excursion where we did snorkeling. We went to the ruins. We did this and that. And this is all stuff, because y'all, I'm a tourist by heart. This is all stuff that I love to do. And so I just thought about it as we were winding down last night and going to our rooms and packing and things like that. And I said, man, Titan, this was a really good trip. For it to be a first, it was really good. Now I know what to do and what not to do, where to go, how to be, da, da, da. I know a little bit, right? But ladies and gentlemen, I had to look at myself and ask myself, are you living or are you thriving? You're living because you're here, but are you thriving in this moment? And I almost did not want to thrive in that moment. And I'm so glad that my spirit was on 100 and was telling me I needed to thrive, right? And I'm so happy for that. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to tell me, y'all come talk to me. Show me some thumbs up. Show me some hearts. If this is what's happening with you, are you living or are you thriving? Because living is for you to get there and be there, right? But are you thriving in that moment? Are you present in that moment? Are you taking it? Because it may never happen again. So are you there? That's the question. Are you there? Because if you can't say that you're there, then you're not thriving in that moment. You understand what I'm saying? I did not travel all the way to Cozumel to not be in the moment. Now, there were certain things that I wasn't going to do, but that was me not doing it. That didn't mean that I wasn't in the moment. And I think sometimes what happens is that we don't truly understand that we are not in the moment. We're there, but we're not present. Does that make sense? We're there, but we're not present. That's the point. That's the point. So, ladies and gentlemen, today, when we're talking about are you living or are you thriving? Yes, you're living. Yes, you're there. But are you present? Are you available for the blessings? Are you available for the understanding of what this means? I laughed so hard and hearty. I had fun meeting people and eating with people and sharing tables with people. And I'm going out of my way. Hey, how you doing? How's it going? This is my first cruise. I felt so nerdy, but it was one of those things. Like, this is my first cruise. And so, ladies and gentlemen, tonight, when I ask you, are you living or are you thriving? The question should be, you're doing both. Because you should be thriving. Be in the moment. Understand that this moment may not come again. Understand that this may be the point in your life where you got to make some change and make some decisions, but this may not happen again. And if it does happen, it's not going to happen this way. It's going to happen in another way. You understand what I'm saying? So this cruise could not have been more different or more geared towards me than it is. You understand what I'm saying? Like, this cruise was supposed to be this way. So then, ladies and gentlemen, after all of that, I'm on a high and everything. I get in my car. I'm on my way back from Galveston, and my car runs hot. And I was just like, oh, now this, now that. So, ladies and gentlemen, I didn't panic. I kind of panicked because I was on the freeway at the time. But what I did was I got off. I stopped by Pep Boys. And shout out to Pep Boys for looking under the hood and checking me out. It showed that I needed some coolant for my car. And then so I went over to AutoZone. AutoZone checked out everything. And then I said, hey, can y'all just check out my sensors and, and things like that. And so they checked that out. And then I got 2 gallons of coolant, let the car cool off for like an hour and a half. Well, I mean, like an hour and 15, 20 minutes. But anyways, like an hour and a half. And then after that, I took the top off, checked it, and it was almost empty. And I didn't really even know that because all of a sudden my temperature gauge just went all the way over. Well, anyways, again, in that moment, I had to ask myself, are you living or are you thriving? Is this going to take you out of that space? Was this designed for you not to thrive? And the point was, all I had to do was wait. All I had to do was make decisions. All I had to do is do what I had to do in order to get myself back home safely. And boom, that's how it happened. I waited, talked with the guy. We talked about what I should do, what's going on, things I need to have done for the car, and stuff like that. I waited in the parking lot. I didn't leave and go anywhere because I was like, I don't want to leave my car here. You know how it is. It's your baby. And so after that, got it, put the coolant in. I rode with the windows down. And if you know anything about Houston right now at this time, it's hot. But I said, I got to make it home. And I will get my car to service, but I need to make sure. So the temperature gauge stayed where it was. It wasn't too bad. I rode with the windows down. I just let it all blow in the wind. And that's what I did. And ladies and gentlemen, I thrived in that moment because it could have beat me down. So when I look back over the weekend, when I look back over the last 4 to 5 days, when I look back at even today and my car running hot and me thinking that, oh God, I'm not going to get home. This was what was for me. I know that may sound weird, but this what was for me because I had to thrive in these moments. And I couldn't thrive in these moments if there was not some type of obstacle in my way. And that's how that works. So are you living or are you thriving? Because if you're living, are you present? Are you available? Are you getting what's giving to you? What's coming at you? Are you getting it? Right? And at that point, that's where I need for you to tell me tonight, are you living or are you thriving? That's where I need you to be tonight. Let me know what's going on, ladies and gentlemen, because tonight we're talking about, are you living or are you thriving? And I guarantee you that you are living. I guarantee you that you're doing that. But we have to understand, are you present? That's thriving. Are you open? That's thriving. Are you available? Right? That's thriving. Because you can't just say, I went to Cozumel and you didn't explore and you didn't get all of everything. And I haven't told you the rest of what happened over the cruise. But ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, a whole lot happened within that 5 days, a whole lot. And so I'm thankful that I was able to have that and to thrive in that. And to thrive in that. Y'all with me? And to thrive. Yes. Look, ladies and gentlemen, I know I might be, you say, okay, Titan, what's really going on? No, I just want you to know that sometimes it's the small things. Sometimes it's those things that you really don't bank on happen, and it makes everything great. It makes everything work. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about, are you living or you thriving? Now, I want you to come back and let me know if you're living or you're thriving. So, ladies and gentlemen, I won a fishbowl by doing a Divas trivia, right? And so, let me tell you, look. Wait a minute, that wasn't right. Hold on. No, that's right. Look, ladies and gentlemen, we got to pay some bills, and we'll be right back. Kwame, roll that beautiful bean footage.
Pyro Media Network is a proactive network focused on providing innovative space for content creators and entrepreneurs. PMN is dedicated to giving its viewers a diverse entertainment experience while helping content creators elevate their production, engagement, and overall branding. To date, PMN has reached over 1 million viewers and listeners internationally, produced over 72 successful shows with high ratings and fanfare, and has housed over 135 content creators, brands, and businesses through entertainment and consulting services exclusive to Pyro Media. Pyro Media Network is a space that makes you feel at home. So if you or someone you know wants to make an impact, then contact PMN by visiting www.pyromedianetwork.com, and we will take your production to the next level.
Hey, y'all, look. Let me tell you what I know when I tell you what I know. Look, so while we were out on our commercial break, So somebody texted me and said that the cruise couldn't have been that fun. Okay, so here's the thing. Sometimes things are going to look different for different people. You know what I mean? Like sometimes it's going to be great for you, but it's not going to be great for the other person. It's all about how you look at it. It's all about if you're thriving. So, ladies and gentlemen, like I said in the beginning, I could have ended it all and just been just mad the whole trip. And now that, but why? I spent all that time and energy and money to be mad? To be mad? We did an excursion where we snorkeled. We went to the ruins. We learned about Cozumel. We learned history. We learned about um, we had tequila tasting. We had chocolate samples. We had all of these things. And don't get me wrong, ladies and gentlemen. I know we say we've seen it all. We've done this and done that. But I was so glad that we did the excursion because that's something that I didn't know about Cozumel Island. I didn't know anything about what had happened and, the things that they do. And then what's the most integral part of their um, tourism and things like that. And so tourism is huge for them over there, right? Like they didn't have a lot, they don't have a lot. So they had to Cozumel Island is basically detached from the actual mainland, which I didn't know that. I thought I was like, what? Like, and so it was awesome. It was hot. It was things like that. I'm just going to be honest with you. But I was so glad that we did the excursion because it was something that the three of us had not done before, right? And so there's always that. And we had fun and we laughed and we ate dinner. We had lunch on the excursion and all of that stuff. So it was nice. It was nice. And it was something that you had to thrive in. You had to be in the moment. And I was so glad that my friends went with me. I was so glad that they were open to me selecting the excursion. And yeah, it was a wonderful thing. It was a wonderful thing. So, ladies and gentlemen, and to the person that just texts me the question, it's what you make it. It's what you make it. It might not be good for you, right? It might not have been good for you, but it was for me, for my first cruise ever. It was wonderful. It was awesome. It was awesome. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So let's go ahead and we're going to move on down and we're going to ponder some HIV, right? We're going to ponder some HIV. And ladies and gentlemen, you know that I started this segment because I'm HIV positive myself, right? And so a lot of times we ask the question, should we live or thrive with our status? So, ladies and gentlemen, we say that we are living with our status, right? So I'm going to tell you what the difference is. I have HIV. I'm HIV positive. Yeah, that's it. But for Titan, and I'm speaking for Titan, I had to thrive in my status. And this may not be for everybody, but think about it like this. I let my HIV positive status beat me down, break me down, make me feel shameful, make me feel hurt, make me feel like I do not belong. Am I living? Because I breathe in, I'm out here, I'm doing this every day, but am I thriving? So on the boat, I'm talking with people and things like that. So what do you do for a living? That's what when someone asked me. And I said, I am a peer navigation specialist and I work for AIDS Foundation Houston, right? And I said, I am the person that goes in and speaks with the individual once they're HIV positive, right? Or once they've been diagnosed as HIV positive. I like to think that I'm the mental, emotional, and spiritual support that they need to get through what's going on. And it's not just for that day and that moment, it's for however long they need me, right? And so the person looked at me and said, "Oh, that's awesome. That's wonderful." Then they said something about being on the down low and da da da. And I said, "Hold on, wait. We can't keep going there like that We have to understand that there is stigma surrounding all of this, right? And as I stated to the person, I'm not coming at you or anything like that. I said, but that's what everybody runs to. So think about this. Let's strip away all of that. Think about the human in this. I have been told that I have a disease that's deadly, that's going to kill me, because society thinks that we should be shunned away and put in concentration camps and all these kind of, like, because we are HIV positive. So just imagine me trying to just live, and I'm HIV positive. But then imagine somebody like myself who, at this point in my life, I'm not worried about whether or not you know that I'm HIV positive, because I'm thriving in my diagnosis. I'm thriving in my life. And sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, it's not for you. So what I'm doing right now might not be for you. But what I like to think is that I am some type of beacon or light or spirit for somebody over here that may be having a problem, or somebody over here that may not understand it, right? That's my purpose. So I'm thriving in that. But let's not get it twisted. Let's not get it twisted, because I want you to understand that I am out here fighting not only for everybody else or anybody that's going on, that's been diagnosed with HIV, but I'm fighting for myself. There have been so many years and times and days and months and milliseconds that I could not be Titan. I could not stand here before you and tell you about my status. I could barely tell you that I was gay. I could barely tell you all of that. And then for people to think that this is something that we chose, right? That we chose to do this. You chose to be with a man, so this is what happened. You chose to be on the down low, so that's what happened. No. Let's back this up. I'm human. Just like anything else that happens to you, I'm human. At what point do you stop putting all this stigma and shame and guilt and hurt on me for something that is human? You know what I'm saying? We all make mistakes. We've all been down this and down that. But let me tell you something. I don't have to beg for you to let me be, because I'm not living. Not only am I living in my HIV status, I'm thriving in it. So I feel that I need to be vocal about what my HIV status means. I think I need to be vocal about what HIV means. I think I need to be vocal, thriving in this, so that somebody else out there don't have to go through what I went through. And if they do go through what I went through or something similar, it's not that much of an impact to them, because they got somewhere that they can go. They have a safer space and place that they can come to. You understand what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen? So before I was living with HIV, now I'm thriving. You feel what I'm saying? Because I couldn't say all of this 3 years ago. I couldn't tell you all of this 3 years ago, but today I can tell you this. So just like that trip, just like me getting on that boat and going to Cozumel, I did not spend all this time and energy and money investing in Titan to let that just go. So you damn skippy. I'm not finna just live, I'm finna thrive. And if I'm in a space or a place where I feel that I need to thrive, that means open my mouth and talk about it and be about it and let somebody know that you're okay. Bring somebody in for some understanding, do some education, do some training, let somebody know that HIV is not a death sentence. If that's what I need to do to thrive, then that's what I'm going to do. Should we live or we thrive in our status? And today, you need to thrive. If it's not for if it's not for the world, if it's not for that, that's fine. But for you, have a conversation with yourself. Talk to yourself and let yourself know, self, you're not bad. Self, you're not disgusting. Self, you're not shameful. You didn't let nobody down. Self, you are good. Self, you are great. Self, you are extraordinary. Self, pick yourself up and move. You don't need them. Because if they've been holding you down and holding you back like that all your life, and you're not living and you're not thriving, then you don't need them. If they talk down about everything that you do or talk down about you because they're doing the same exact thing that you're doing, but you happen to be HIV positive, drop them. Deuces, 2 fingers, 1 word, peace. Be out. I'm done. Today, I can say that I was on a ship with people I didn't even know, holding whole conversations about what it is to thrive in life. And then HIV just happened to be a part of it. But if I could slide some HIV education in as well, because it means something to me, then that's what I'm going to do. And that's what I did. Ladies and gentlemen, I was giving out business cards. I was giving out cards. Hey, y'all come see me. Facebook, YouTube Live. Y'all come check me out. Hey, I'm on Instagram. Hey, I'm on Twitter. Hey, come check me out. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I couldn't have done that 3 years ago. And I'm just being honest. Like I was not there. Today, I can honestly say that I am thriving. I am thriving. And I want to say this before I get off of pondering HIV. It was hard for me to do because I had my own issues and problems, and I had my own stigma. I had my own hurt and shame. And it was hard for me to get out of my own way. But I don't know who this is for tonight, whoever this is right here, whoever this is up there, right? What I want you to do is just take one step towards you living. And then once you know that you're living, I want you to take one step towards you thriving. Now, let me tell you something. Here's a little special secret. You can do both at the same time. Look in the mirror and practice these words. I love you. I love you just the way you are. Come on. Now, we here at the Titan Capri Experience at the Thought to Ponder, we believe if you do that, not only are you living, you're on your way to thriving. And that's how you do that. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Come on. Okay, Barbara. Yes, indeed. And here's the thing. And I'm going to say this to you, Barbara, because I mean, I know you and things like that, but there's no try. Just do it. Just do it. Don't even think about it. Next time you're in front of the mirror, I love you just the way you are. And it doesn't have to be something that's going to come back to you. It doesn't have to be this whole spectacular 4th of July fireworks. It's just that you stood in the mirror and you said to yourself, I love you just the way you are. Because let's face it, I am who I am, and that's who I be. And I don't even, if eyes can't see. If you can't see what I can see, then you're blind, baby. You're blind. Like, that's what I'm talking about. He said, good stuff, Titan. Keep encouraging. You never know who's listening. That part. I want to say this one last thing before we move on to the final thought. I sat across from, so in the dining hall, they have an option for you to sit at a table where there are other people already sitting. So like a group table, right? And so I checked the group table just because this is what Titan does, right? And so, I love talking. So I sat down and there was a couple that was from Chicago, but now lived in Texas. And then there was another couple that was from Kentucky, from Kentucky. And then there was somebody that was there with their mother, but the mother was doing something else. And they were from Houston as well. But we were all talking, and it amazes me at how people are eager to be a part of something. You know what I mean? And so we were a part of a group that didn't know each other, but we were having fun, laughing and drinking and talking and, talking about food and what we should do and da-da-da-da-da-da. And I was telling them it was my first cruise, and they were saying, well, Titan, you should do this and do that and da-da-da-da-da. And I was like, wow. And to go back to what Barbara said, she said she was trying to do that. I went into my room, Barbara, that night, and I said, Titan, I love you just the way you are. Because if I would have been anybody else, if I would have been anybody else other than Titan sitting at that table, I wouldn't have got all of that. I wouldn't have got that because I wouldn't have been true to who I am and what I represent. And that's what I thank God for. That's what I thank the universe for now. I don't have to hide behind. I don't have to pretend. I don't have to lie to myself. You understand what I'm saying? So today, tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, I want you to take a moment, at least 3 to 4 times a week. Stop in front of that mirror and say, I love you just the way you are. I love you, baby, just the way you are. I love you just the way you are. I love you just the way you are. I love you and you and you and you. Y'all all get a car. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I had a little open moment. But no, I love you just the way you are. Ladies and gentlemen, thrive in that. Thrive in that. Don't just live. Thrive in that. And y'all know what happens. Y'all know what happens. You keep telling yourself, baby, that's it. That's it. That's it. We were dancing like nobody was watching, even though it was 100 people, 1,000 people watching. I was all in the club having myself a good time. I had one drinks, and it was wonderful for me to get out and cut loose. Okay? I love y'all, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go on and get to this final thought. Let's go on and get to this final thought. Whew. So I didn't already say pretty much everything. Living and thriving, we should do both. You should live and you should thrive, right? If you're thriving, then you're most definitely living. If you're living, then there may be a couple of steps you got to take to thrive. But I want to say this before we get out of here. You do both. You live. Your life is meant to be lived. If there is something that's bringing you down, there's something that's hurting you, there's something that's taking you out of your moment, there's something that's not letting you reach your spirit, you need to be done with it because you need to live and thrive. You need to do both. They should be married. It should be hand in hand. You should be walking down the aisle with life and thrive. Life and thrive. Living and thriving. Living and thriving. That's the way you should be doing. That's what you should be doing, right? I could not have thrived the way I thrived these last 4 to 5 days if I would not have taken a chance to live and then go on this trip. If I wouldn't have taken the moment to say, okay, I'm not going to talk myself out of this time. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do it. And I stuck to it and I thrived in it. And ladies and gentlemen, it is such a good feeling. So my final thought for you tonight is thriving and living, you should do both. That's it. That's it. Now, look, ladies and gentlemen, if you're having a hard time, if you feel like you can't do it, you feel like you don't know what's going on, this bug is messing with me today. You feel like you can't do it, call me up. Call me up. Come on, drop me something in the inbox. Come talk to me. Because what I want to let you know is that you're not in this by yourself. I'm here. I'm here. And if you want to talk, if you want to send me a message me on Facebook, wherever it is, Twitter, Instagram, wherever, come on. I'm here. You got a friend in me. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me get some thumbs up. Let me get some hearts. And I just want to say to you all, thank you so much. Thank you so much. The messages, the thoughts, the reminders, the I love you, Titan, the keep doing what you're doing, Titan. The encouragement, the upliftment, the support, ladies and gentlemen, I love it all, and I thank you all so much, so much. So I feel real good now, and we're gonna go out of here, ladies and gentlemen. I think I want to groove. I haven't grooved in a while, so I think I really want to groove. Y'all gonna groove with me? Y'all gonna groove with me? All right, give me some thumbs up. Show me some hearts if you're gonna groove with me. Come on, let's groove. Y'all ready? Let's groove. Sit it da 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 da. Sit it da 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 da. Zoom da 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 doom da doom da doom doom da 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 doom da doom da doom doom da 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 doom da doom da doom. T2P, check me out. T2P, check me out. Pop ba ba boom ba boom ba boom boom ba 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 boom ba boom ba boom boom ba 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 boom ba boom ba boom T2P. Check me out, y'all. That's the Titan Capri experience. I love you all. Peace and blessings to you. And until next time, y'all be blessed.